You guys saw the title, so I'm going to try and keep this short. I've been seeing a lot of people downplay the early arcs of Dragon Ball to an absurd degree as of recently, with some people even going as far as to say that the characters in the Buu saga cap at multi-solar system level, with those same people even considering characters being universal in Z to be ridiculous wank or something. So I am here today to see if Goku being universal in Dragon Ball Z has any real basis to it, or if it's really as ludicrous as people make it out to be. I will go over the main arguments used in favor of Universal Goku, starting from the Frieza saga and ending at the Buu saga. So without further ado, let's dive in. Believe it or not, the Frieza saga actually has quite a number of arguments for being universal, although they aren't all too great. You've probably seen some scans flying around the internet of second form Frieza being stated as having enough power to destroy the entire universe, with a similar statement being said about final form Frieza by Goku. But the issue with these is that they very well could be hyperbolic, especially if you consider who is the person making these statements. The ones talking about second form Frieza come from North Kai, who is like Frieza's biggest hype man ever if you read the arc. And he could just be talking about how Frieza goes around blowing up planets and enslaving races across the universe. The one centered around 4th form Frieza was made by Goku, who can also just be going off of how King Kai was hyping Frieza up. So I think this argument is very questionable at best. The second argument stems from the Spirit Bomb, which can be argued to have energy from the entire universe due to a few statements in the anime, and one from Dragon Ball Forever. But the main issue with these statements is that they never actually say he did gather all that energy. It's more so saying that's what he was trying to do. Sort of like a sky's the limit sort of thing. Overall, I just think the arguments for Goku being universal in the Namek Saga are a bit too questionable to be considered valid, at least in my opinion. However, the Cell Saga actually has more reasonable arguments for being universal, and I'll explain why. Cell has quite a few statements from numerous different sources saying that he is capable of destroying the entire universe, or has infinite power. And unlike Frieza, Cell isn't this galactic tyrant who's been ruling over the universe for decades. He is just some artificial human created in a lab a few years ago. So with that in mind, the statements in question are probably saying that he is actually going to destroy the universe, which would be consistent as it's also stated he has infinite power, which would be required to destroy the universe since the Dragon Ball universe is stated to be infinite in size on more than one occasion. Now, personally, I don't really see all too much wrong with this argument, but I personally find it a little bit of a highball, which is something I made clear in my old How Strong Is Cell videos. But I don't think this argument is bad or disingenuous by any means, so I don't think it's impossible for Cell to be this strong. And if you do believe this argument, then Goku would also probably be universal due to him somewhat scaling to Perfect Cell in both the manga and the anime. Remember how I mentioned Cell has a few statements saying he can destroy the universe? Yeah, well, take those and multiply them by 10 because that's basically what Buu is constantly hyped up as being able to do. There are so many statements saying Buu is a being capable of destroying the universe, I can't even fit them all on the screen. So if you want to read them, you might have to replay the video a few times. A common counter-argument I see people use against these statements is saying that Buu would destroy the universe over time instead of instantaneously, which not only would that not even matter, as even if it was true, the universe is infinite in size, so it being over time wouldn't matter, but a few of those statements in question actually do imply he would do it instantaneously or near instantaneously. In the manga, Kid Buu was stated by Goku to be capable of making the universe go poof, which literally means to disappear in an instant by definition, with this also being supported by the Daizenshuu saying the universe won't even have a future if Kid Buu defeats Goku and Vegeta. The anime has a similar statement, but instead of the universe not having a future, the universe won't even have a tomorrow, once again implying near instantaneous destruction, meaning even if the universe wasn't infinite, Kid Buu and Super Saiyan 3 Goku, since he's equal to Kid Buu, would be universal in power. And the thing is, this is supported even when just going by feats, as characters like Buhan, just by screaming, nearly destroyed the entire universe by breaking down the dimensional walls that encompass it, with Kid Buu and Goku scaling above Buhan, at least in the anime, as I explained in my Kid Buu video. We also have Kid Buu holding back the Super Spirit Bomb that had energy from the entire universe according to the narrator and numerous guides. Now, I have seen people counter this by saying that this could be talking about how it got energy from both the Earth and the Afterlife, as well as on Namek, but 2 planets in some random building in their afterlife would not be the entire universe, so I find that argument to be iffy at best and a straight up lie at worst. So, if I did make it clear, yes, I do believe Goku is universal in Dragon Ball Z, at least by the Buu Saga. I think it's time for y'all to move on from this multi-solar system bullshit that has been plaguing the community. It's 2023, everyone. Z Goku is universal. Deal with it. Y'all know the drill. Thank y'all for watching, like and subscribe, check my community post, blah 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 blah. But on a side note, I actually do have a special announcement for y'all. I am currently working on a collab I'm doing with a bigger YouTuber on an upcoming video I'm cooking up. It will either be the next video or the one after that, so keep an eye out. I'm going to try and upload a lot more than I have been, so with that in mind, I will see you guys whenever the next video drops. Later!